Hello everyone, this is Debo and welcome to today's Flipper video. In this video, I'm going to run through some of the beginner's mistakes that you should absolutely avoid in order to optimize your gameplay experience. Some of these mistakes are also mistakes that I committed myself on the Taiwan server, and I hope this guide is helpful in preventing you guys from committing the same mistakes that I did. And without further ado, let us start today's video. The number one mistake to avoid is to pull for the weapon gacha within the game. So this applies more so to the free to play or light spenders, as you'll be able to farm multiple copies of very powerful equipments just from farming the bosses or the events itself. At the same time, because the premium resource, the lodestar beads, they are not really readily available, you want to reserve your lodestar beads for mostly pulling for characters. So if you are a whale, then this probably doesn't apply to you as much, but the maximum, or rather the most efficient way, is to pull for the characters with your lodestar beads, because there's a lot of characters and you're playing with a gacha, so you want to have as much lodestar beads for the characters as possible. As for the weapons, since I mentioned earlier, you can farm it from farming bosses as well as events, you don't really need to spend it on the weapons gacha. So please do not spend it on the weapon gacha if you're not a heavy spender or if you do not have a lot of budget for the game. And the number two mistake to avoid is over diversifying your resources across too many heroes or too many different elements at the start. So the resources I'm referring to are your mana, character evolution shards, as well as limit breaking stones. So this is especially fatal at the start of the game, as you will only be able to farm such resources at a slower rate because your team is relatively weak. So you will not have enough power to clear the higher level resource dungeons, and that makes farming less efficient. Therefore, at the start, it will be advised for you to focus on specific teams or units, so that once you have all of them strong enough, you will be able to farm the different resource dungeons at accelerated rate, which will then allow you to diversify your resources as you continue to play the game. The number three mistake is not joining a community. Even though this game has no guild feature, it doesn't really promote PvP, and it doesn't have a lot of multiplayer stuff in the game, it does have a co-op feature where you can request for assistance or play with other players to speed up your game time. Therefore, joining a community such as the Flipper Discord server, my own Discord server, as well as other forums will allow you to request for co-op games more easily as compared to waiting for the game to assign one for you. It also allows you to share your ideas, team building strats, as well as requests for help from other players, and this is a win-win situation for everyone. The next mistake that you should absolutely avoid is not farming for event exclusives. So as I mentioned earlier, there's quite a few equipments you can farm from the events itself. So this game has quite a few event exclusive stuff going on, and let's say if you do not farm it when the event is ongoing, you might miss it in the future, as the event might not come back or the equipment might not come back in the future. So that's why you always want to farm for the event exclusive equipment or characters first if you want them in your inventory, because they're really exclusive, and once you miss them, you are not going to get them back. So do remember about all this event exclusive stuff. And the next mistake to not commit is to build a rainbow team at the start of the game. So what do I mean by a rainbow team? So do not build a team where you attempt to put like 6 different elements together, because when you first start out in the game, there's a limited pool of heroes to choose from, and most of the heroes have very elemental based synergies which are better in the elemental team. So this will increase the elemental team efficiency, and if you choose to build a rainbow team, it's not that advised for a beginner, because really the damage output is not that good. I started off in the Taiwan server as a rainbow team until a pro enlightened me, and after trying out a mono fire team, right, it really increased my damage tremendously. So I strongly stand by this point to not build a rainbow team at the start of the game. Go focus on 1 or 2 elemental teams, and you guys will definitely yield better results in terms of the gameplay for Flipper. And that's it for this beginner's mistake video. Hopefully this guide is helpful to you guys and it reaches as many beginners as possible, so they do not commit the same mistake that I have made. Do remember to like and subscribe in order to see more contents from this channel, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!